There we go. Good afternoon. How are we doing? Well, thank you for coming to our second annual Honor Band at the University of the Cumberlands. Excited to be able to host this again and have even more students this year. And before I get into any more welcomes, so we had a student lose a phone at the music building. So students, it was in the recital hall. If you could check to make sure you have the correct phone. It's an iPhone, but you can make sure you have the correct one. And then silence your phones, please, so that it doesn't disrupt the concert. But just make sure that if you happen to find the phone or realize you have the wrong one, please come see me after the concert. So thank you again for coming, and they have worked really hard over the last 2 days. And looking back, it's hard to believe it's only been 2 days, but it's been a long 2 days, and they look tired, but they sound great. So I'm looking forward to hearing their final performance with their guest clinicians, and I've enjoyed having them on campus. I hope they've enjoyed being on campus and getting to check out UC a little bit. And I gave them the whole spiel about how much it costs to come here and all the scholarship, all the money stuff, right, parents? I gave them all that talk. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, or they can reach out to me. I'll be happy to answer any questions. We'll give them another tour of campus. They're obviously welcome to come back anytime and sit in on a rehearsal or to just to visit. So I gave a couple lessons, or listened to several auditions, so I'm excited about the future students that will be coming to UC. Our first clinician, I feel like everyone knows who he is. I know he taught at Williamsburg for several years, but and you have his bio in the program. So I'd like to just welcome Mr. Zach Shannon for the first ensemble. He's going to announce the program as they go, but the first piece they are doing is Above and Beyond. So I hope you enjoy hearing the Red Band conducted by Mr. Zach Shannon.
All right, so again, I'm Zach Shannon. I am the band director in Somerset at Southern Middle School, and it has been an absolute whirlwind of a 2 days. Your kids actually have behaved so well, and I know that's shocking to a lot of you. They have not talked when they weren't supposed to most of the time. They've really concentrated on the rehearsals, and they've really dug in, and the product of that is what you're going to see over the next 4 songs that we're going to do. The next song we're going to play is called The Lost Lady Found, and this one is an adaptation of one movement of a work by Percy Granger, and it's just a really, really cool piece. And the whole vision of this is there was a lady, a gypsy, who was kidnapped, and she's out on a boat in the ocean. And so there's a section in the middle of it where you'll be able to hear the waves kind of going back and forth as the band kind of goes against each other. So hope you enjoyed Lost Lady Found.
Thank you.
Our next piece is called Fragile. This is not written in your program. And this is a pretty special work of music written by a guy named Randall Standridge. He's working on a project, a series of pieces called the Unbroken Project, which is designed to bring mental health to the forefront of conversation so that we can help our students be able to talk about those things and deal with those things and make sure that they're moving forward the way that they need to. And one of the pieces that is part of that project is called Fragile. And I can't explain it as well as he can, so I'm going to read what he wrote about this piece and why he wrote it. And then I hope that this piece moves you as much to hear it as it does for us to play it. Because there were a few tears shed a few times in our rehearsals by the students and by me. And it's a really powerful piece of music. So this is what Randall Standridge has to say about it. He says, in our media-soaked society, it is fashionable to only focus on positive outcomes. People love to hear a story of someone who beats the odds, overcomes the challenges of living with mental health issues, and comes out stronger on the other side. That is a beautiful story, but it is not everyone's story. He's written 2 works of that type, both of which portray individuals who were able to get that help and support they needed and were able to flourish after. Not everyone is always so fortunate. The newest work in the project reflects on the darker aspect of the silent epidemic that claims thousands of lives every year. Some are not strong, they are not resilient, and they are not okay. Some survive, some do not. Some escape the only way they know how. The goal of the project and its works is to spark conversations and reflections on mental health, as well as tearing down the social taboo of discussing the reality of living with mental health conditions. Living with depression and anxiety myself, I understand this all too well. Some may say that students are too young to discuss such issues, but no. For some of them, this is their daily life. We need to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. And maybe we can bring some of them back to us, piece by broken piece. Before we play our last piece, I would like to say another big thank you to Dr. Warfield for the invitation to be here today. But also, if you're a band director for any of these students on stage, can you please stand up? I was telling the students earlier today, these people go way above and beyond the call of duty to give them opportunities like this. And that's not the case for every single band program in the country. So just know that they love and appreciate your kids and want to give them the best experiences possible. And it's really, really a cool thing that these students met each other yesterday and they're giving a concert today. Like, that's a truly incredible thing. I couldn't come in here. There's conduct them in 2 days if they weren't well-trained already at home. And so that's a testament to what happens every day in their classrooms. So I really appreciate the work that those band directors are doing in their schools. Our last piece that we're going to play is fan favorites, How to Train Your Dragon, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it's at least good enough to be recognizable.
Does it work? Hey, all right. So I failed to do this yesterday, and I did it again today. I'm Dr. Warfield, the Director of Bands here at the University of Cumberland. So in case you're wondering, who is this guy we were just talking? So again, welcome. This is the Blue Band, and this guest clinician might need a little bit of an introduction. So we went to graduate school together at Iowa, and back in a couple of years ago, and I've had to do honor bands in the past, but I've always enjoyed getting to bring them in and have to work with the bands, but also getting to catch up as, we're good friends and catching up with each other and our families and things. So he's the Associate Director of Bands at Mississippi State University. And I know the students have enjoyed having him here. And please welcome to the stage in Blue Band, Dr. Craig Arbush.
Thank you very much. The first piece we played on the program is entitled Alegria by Texas composer Carol Britton Chambers. And what she says about this piece, and you didn't know this before you heard it, so maybe you understand what it's about. Hopefully, we did a good job of sharing it. She says that Alegria, in all its various forms, various languages, means joy or happiness. And she does this in a variety of ways. For her, it wasn't just something that was happy, always in a major key or fast. There's plenty of that, but there's also different tempos, different styles, a lot of different things going on in that piece. I hope you enjoyed it. The next piece on the program is called Our Castaways. It's by a Mississippi composer named Julie Giroux. And Julie's compositions almost always have some type of something that's important to her, a cause, or something that's really important to her. Somebody who follows her on social media, you would know that she is really big, has a heart for animals, particularly rescue animals, particularly senior rescue animals. And so she wrote this piece in honor of all the people who take care of shelter animals throughout the country, some of the most vulnerable animals in our society. And she did something kind of neat. When she was writing the piece, she asked her followers on social media, she said, if you have a rescue animal in your home, please send me the picture because I'd like to include it in the score to the piece. So when the score came in, right here, she included some pictures. But that wasn't all. There's this, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this. So all of these were animals that were submitted by her social media followers. And another reason that this piece is special to me is right here on the last page is my dog, Jenny. And since this piece was published, Jenny is no longer with us. But right here on the bottom of the next to last page is my dog, Buddy. He's still with me. So this is the type... We also have 3 other beagles, too, so we've got a house full of crazy. Some of you may be able to relate. This is also a challenging piece because it requires the students to play lyrically and listen to each other and the people around them. It's not a piece, this type of piece that I am able to do with all the clinic hands that I do. They have really bought into this piece and all the things that go along with it. So I hope you'll enjoy Julie Giroux's Our Castaways. next piece on our program is entitled Halcyon Hearts by Katash Copley. And in the program notes for the piece, he describes this as a piece about finding love, but not necessarily in the romantic sense or even in the friendship sense. But for him, finding love is finding your passion, what drives you, what pushes you to be your very best. So there's a lot of spirit in this piece. There's a lot of thick harmonies, thick chords that really push us and drive us to be our best. So I hope you'll enjoy Katash Copley's Halcyon Hearts. Before we play our last piece, I want to say also thank you to Dr. Warfield, my good friend and colleague now for over 20 years, if you're doing that. It's been a great couple of days, and if you want to think about like what all has been accomplished in the last couple of days, Mr. Shannon touched on this, but I want you to think about what you were doing yesterday right after lunch, okay? Right after lunch yesterday is the first time that any of these students in either band had seen any of the music that they're playing. That's impressive. It's very, very impressive. Wonderful students. Thank you. Appreciation to the band directors in the audience who are obviously doing great things on a daily basis. I'm sure it is enjoyable to have these students in both bands in your bands every day. So thank you for the work you're doing to educate these students. I also want to say a thank you to the many UC band students who have helped out throughout the weekend. There are a number of them back here on the stage. They've been helping in a lot of ways. Logistically, just getting things where they needed to have them. Just a second, you can clap. Let me tell you all they've done. They've been helping move things and get everything set so that when we come in, everything is ready to go. But there are several of them on the stage that are also playing with the ensemble today, just to kind of help round out some of the sections. And that's just extra volunteer stuff. They're getting nothing for doing this other than they're helping the honor band out, they're helping these students out. So I want to say a special thank you to all the UC band students who have been helping in any way. Our program with a real fantastic piece by Randall Standish, same piece, composer is one of the pieces, the Fragile piece, but this is a totally different style. It's called Dance Carnival, and it's a very fast and bright European style march, kind of the style of the Brahms Hungarian dances or the Dvorak Slavonic dances or things like that. But it's a lot of fun, and it's a good way to close a concert.
Just a couple announcements before we dismiss the students. If you could pass your music to the left, then I'm going to have a UC student collect that for me. If you get out your phone real quick, or if you already have it out, if you go to Facebook and do a search for University of the Cumberland's Music Department, you will be able to find all the events that we have, that we host and that we present. And there should be a link on there for today's performance. It'll direct you to YouTube live videos, but if you enjoyed it and want to watch it again or share it with someone, I invite you to do that. But at least follow our page and like us and share it with other people if you would. The other thing is band directors and students, thank you for bringing percussion equipment and music stands to help us out. We're going to try to get all that stuff up to the front of the stage here. So if you make sure that you get everything you brought, if you pick up everything you brought here and take it home with you, that would be great. I'm sure you'll need it back home too. So otherwise, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And let's give the bands another round of applause.